goodbye, everyone. JK. Just kidding. It's week 8. Everybody say grace.
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 Amen.
We're here. We're here to talk about film things because that's what this club's about. So, did anyone see anything this week? Oh wait. We gotta talk about Oscars, or not talk about the Oscars. Was that? They happened not this weekend, right? They happened.
No, they happened on Sunday.
Oh, they happened this week, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like after what it would have been last meeting, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. So did anyone care, or did anyone even watch them?
I mean, I was pretty amused by the screw up they had.
I don't think it's a screw up.
No?
I think it was staged.
Maybe it's conspiracy.
Yeah. But oh man, I was even like, it's crazy how relevant that made the Oscars. You know, there always has to be this big thing at the Oscars now. Like last year was like the whole racist stuff, and well, I guess this year is also racist stuff. But I don't know. I felt weird. Specifically because, so the big thing was like Moonlight should have gotten Best Picture, right? But they announced La La Land for some reason. That guy got fired too. They like fumbled like with the fake envelopes in the back. They just had like a bunch of duplicates ready for whatever reason. They shouldn't do that. Why do you even do that? But so I saw an article that was like how the award was actually stolen, like the recognition of the award, the celebration of the award was taken from Moonlight. Because all of the people from La La Land went up, and then it was like, oh no, it's Moonlight, and they didn't really get an opportunity alone, the cast of Moonlight, to have that award for themselves.
Right.
And then the La La Land people didn't leave. They didn't leave the stage. They were still up there with the Moonlight crew.
He took the chance to like make speeches.
Yeah, and then who was hosting? Was it Jimmy Kimmel? I don't know. But whoever was hosting was up there still talking while all this was happening. I'm just like, what? This is like a circus. If I'm the cynic that I am, I'm gonna say that it was super staged.
I mean, I wouldn't doubt it.
As with a lot of things.
I feel like it could have just been like one or two people that like, you know, one person got back there and just really wanted La La Land to get it, so we swapped it. I don't know.
That's messed up. Either way. Trying to understand like what it is now about just trying to get as many people to know about this as possible. Like I saw memes that were just like, oh, this is gonna be a meme now. This is gonna be a meme now.
I saw this like 10 minutes after it happened.
Mm-hmm. And just like the Steve Harvey mashups and stuff, like people are so on the button with what they think is gonna be trendy. But it's hard to take anything too seriously anymore. But I didn't really care that much. Just like there's a bunch of Suicide Squad jokes and stuff about how it won too many Oscars or something.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like it's not necessarily like I can see it of it getting hair and makeup Oscar.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, I can see it for
I'm
that.
glad it didn't get anything bigger.
There are people who are defending it for that too. They're just like, it deserves it. Like people shouldn't be like
just because a lot of parts of the movie were terrible doesn't mean that some parts can be really good.
Exactly. And especially for like makeup and costume, or was it just makeup?
Hair and makeup.
Hair and makeup. Yeah, probably deserves one. I can't really see any other film getting that. Star Wars is probably like nominated for something like that too. Or no. I don't know. I guess there were a lot of like maybe we should look at even just the past year of films that came out, because I don't know how many of all of you saw the films that were released.
Not many.
Yeah, it never felt boring, but there was not like the film of the year, I would say. I mean, I really liked Moonlight, but I wouldn't even say it was like.
Right, I'm not saying it was the best thing to ever happen. It's just
say like were boundaries pushed for films like within the past year of filmmaking?
Yeah. Not really.
I got to see though some really good films that never got nominated, which I think is really cool because I don't care about the Oscars. So if they're not gonna like represent the films I really like, then I don't even need to watch it. Double reason I don't need to watch it. But like highlights for me of the last year of movies were probably like The Witch. Oof, The Witch was really good. I was like chilled. One of the scariest films I've seen in a long time. And did you see it?
I did. But okay, so I feel really guilty, but I fell asleep.
As do I in most films.
I was just tired that day, and but after I woke up, I liked what I saw. I just haven't gotten around to watching it again.
I think it's worth watching again, especially because it's such an interesting, like with films that do period pieces, it's always like the same ones, but like what, like 17th century America, like in the woods with pilgrims who only believe like
Yeah, you don't get that often.
yeah, it's in satanic cults or whatever, or like they believe so hardcore in religion that like it's the only thing they have, and that's a really interesting thing to shoot as far as you know, really specific storytelling. So I thought that was important. I saw The Neon Demon. I thought that was really captivating. It's too beautiful. Like it's like a music video.
I
It's like
spent like
nonstop.
so long trying to just like decipher that whole movie.
Yeah, oh my god, I was just trying to unpack it with my friend when we saw it. And the Swiss Army Man, you know. We talked about it a little bit last meeting too. Like it reached like a new joyfulness as far as where films can go in terms of comedy. Like you can mix drama, comedy, and still have like a really compelling narrative with actors that are good enough and want to take these roles seriously. Yeah, I don't know. There were some good films. And I watched a lot more international films too, so maybe that's why I wasn't paying that much attention to what was going on. And even now, there's still some good films coming out, like Get Out, right? Get Out is getting crazy good reviews right now. And it's like on my list, so I gotta see that right away.
JP's making the whole class watch that for the final.
Really?
Yeah.
Wait for the final.
Yeah, he's making us watch Get Out, Moonlight, and I think it's called like
Not
I'm
La
Not
La
a
Land.
Negro.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
Yeah,
I
he's
saw
making
that.
us watch all three of those. So
Wow.
he hasn't said what the prompt is, but
Clearly about
race.
You know, race, yeah.
Right.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Sounds interesting. Wait, what class is this?
Viz 154. Or look at the movies.
I'd look at the movies. The
Oh,
one I
yeah.
dropped. The one that I was like, oh man, I
Like,
already
just
said.
this crazy professor, but he's really fun.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. That's super cool. What, you have to write something about it?
I assume so.
Uh-huh.
I don't know.
Okay. Did anyone see any films this week? Or see anything?
I
this week?
I want to talk about or just mention John Wick, just because of how much fun I had watching a movie. Just pure dumb entertainment value. Like I've been going to theater less and less, but like God, it was so much fun being at the movies again.
Really?
Yeah.
Did the sequel, right? John Wick
yeah.
2, right? Okay.
Because,
Interesting.
Yeah, I mean, I really value just movies being entertaining for the sake of entertainment.
Yeah.
I think it's important for like movies that are democratic, in that it's like approachable for everybody. Is important.
That's an interesting way of
Yeah.
explaining it. Yeah.
That's
Democratic
why I
film
don't
watching.
I don't like hearing people bash Hollywood, quote quote,
Uh-huh.
because and calling it like I don't know, they it's like implying that it's like unsophisticated and not valuable as art.
Yeah, I
But
think
it's like, fuck you, movies are fun. People like to watch movies.
yeah, I think a lot of the time, like, people just look at movies too critically. Sometimes, like, nobody ever uses the fun lens to like look at a movie, you know.
I will still say that I haven't watched John Wick 2, but I did see John Wick the first one. I'm assuming it'd be like the same caliber, if not better. But like, you still need like a structurally good movie for it to be fun. You know, like I think everyone always says this, but Pacific Rim is like the monster robot movie that's just pure fun. But I don't know if like you could say like any of the Transformers of that same caliber.
Oh right.
You know.
I hated Transformers 4.
Sure. Is that the dinosaur one?
Yeah.
It was a dinosaur
Okay.
one. I think the only one that I liked was, I don't know, maybe it's because I was like small back then, but Transformers 1 was awesome, wasn't it?
I think I
When
liked
we watched
Transformers
it.
1.
And then second one kind of blew apart. Third one was like I was kind of old by then, and I was just glad it wasn't as bad as 2. But first one, like, I just that was kind of new.
Yeah.
Seeing giant robots, and they look almost realistic.
Like it actually looks good too.
Yeah.
I like this train of thought of like fun movies to watch. I think like we a lot of half this entire club is talking and dissecting movies, but like to get along the feeling, get across the feeling of what it's like to actually see a film, or like even go to the theater, like that whole experience, like that ritual of going with whoever you're going with and getting like the popcorn or like finding your seats or whatever. Like I think that's very, as you said, something that is sophisticated. It's a sophisticated process. Last time I remember that I just had like all the fun in the world watching a film was probably a Lego movie. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, it's just a fun movie. Like.
And it knows what it is, and it's smart, and it's just like pokes fun at everything.
Like for that Lego Batman.
Did you see it?
No. I
Oh,
haven't
okay.
seen it yet.
I don't know if I'm that attached, like to just watch every like deviation of Lego film now, but Lego film or the Lego movie was good. I liked that a lot. I also had a lot of fun watching 10 Cloverfield Lane last year. Did anyone see that?
Yeah.
It was like the weird like half sequel to Cloverfield, and I'm just like, oh my god! Like I wanted to watch it right away after, and then I also by extension Swiss Army Man. Like I wanted to watch it right away, right after, and just like laugh again. Do you think that the like the movie watching process could be improved? Like, or is this like we can settle into the way we've been watching movies in theaters?
I talked about that with other people in a different podcast. Yeah.
Wow.
Hey, the
Plug.
Guardian has a podcast. Their multimedia branch has a podcast. You should come on that. I'll ask you if you.
Oh.
Okay, we're looking for guests.
Oh.
Dude, you can plug it 24 frames.
Hey. Yeah. There we go.
So, I think, like some time ago, some director was saying that people should come out to movie theaters to watch movies as a way to say that pirating is bad and that it like more directly supports the artists.
Mm.
But I think that's dumb. I think we're moving towards a direction, just naturally, just by the demand for convenience and the fact that we have less and less time, is watching movies at home immediately and whenever you want.
Okay.
And to try to like resist that is, I think that's kind of foolish.
Naive. Yeah.
Yeah, it's Hollywood sticking to their traditions.
Yeah, but would you? This is just to like broaden the conversation. But would you say that movie theaters are going into the direction where they won't be relevant anymore, or will they always just have? It'll be like like libraries or physical books, right?
See, movie theaters are trying to what's it called? Oh my god, I forgot the word. Change.
Adapt.
Adapt and
Revolutionize.
Redefine.
Re.
Just they're trying to reinvent the theater experience by putting fancy seats that
Right. Yeah.
recline and stuff,
Yeah.
and like serving
Premium.
alcohol,
Premium experience movie theaters.
stuff like that.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So that's I mean they're doing their best to keep up with the demand for going to the theaters.
Right. I don't know if I ever saw though, like I don't know if I've ever wanted that to change. I never sought out like a different type of movie watching experience. I don't know if that's just me. Maybe I just always accepted that like this is just the way things are, this is how you go and see movies. But I never thought about, you know, there was a whole debacle maybe like a year and a half ago that AMC was introducing like a phone like open areas during films where like you could it was essentially a theater where you could use your phone. And everyone hated it, and I hated it too. I'm just like, what are you doing? The reason people go and watch films is not so that they can use their phone during the film. Those are the assholes, which is why you keep saying in the beginning, especially AMC, it's just like, don't use your phone. Why would you make something that's diametrically opposite to that core belief of watching films? And then also the reason it was to raise revenue or to get more people to the theaters. I'm just like, people aren't coming back to theaters because they can watch these movies on their own now, not because they want to use their phone while they're in a theater. Like, it was just so short-sighted and dumb that I couldn't even believe that those types of experiments were being done. But maybe it's important because obviously they want to maintain the flow of capital that's been going on through movie theaters.
Yeah, I feel like it'd be fine. I don't think movie theaters are gonna like die because first it's a social experience to go to a theater with people. There's a stigma against going by yourself, which I've done a lot, but it still feels weird. And it's kind of novel. Kind of like how what are those called? Records, vinyl records,
Yeah, vinyl
are
records.
kind of obsolete, but thriving just because
Physical.
of the and the nostalgia and the just like the image associated with it.
Interesting. Yeah, I would liken them to drive-ins. Have any of you been to a drive-in theater? Well, the closest
Shrek
one is
3.
Santee. What?
Shrek 3.
Are you serious? Is that Shrek 3 at a drive-in theater?
Yeah.
How was it?
It was great.
Oh, okay. You did the whole thing where you turned the radio, right, to tune it to the frequency of the...
I don't remember that. It was a while ago.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, the closest drive-in theater, which is actually really fortunate, is Santee. They have a drive-in and they show like current movies. So they'll show like they'll have two giant screens and then they'll stagger them so that people can come and go and watch it. But you tune into a frequency in your car, and then you get to listen to the audio through the channel, and you just have like this giant thing, and there's all these cars next to you and stuff. And it's an interesting way of seeing a film. Like, I mean, obviously, there's not that many anymore. Like, it's like definitely a novelty thing to do, but it's like its own different experience watching films. I think even last quarter we talked about in one of like the meetings about like the different ways we can see film, like through like the computer, through our tablets, through our phones. We can see it segmentedly. We can see one part on our phone and then one part like on the projector and then finish it like on our computer later. I think that's interesting, and thinking as filmmaking as something that's transmedia or transprojector, I guess. Like if there was a film that you had to see on very specific devices, right? That'd be really crazy. Like, be an interesting experience.
Also brings like a whole different issue for the people making the films.
Right.
Like when they're showing it on a projector, they know exactly how it's going to be represented by like the the digital conversion onto like that specific projector.
Mhm.
But when they're dealing with all these different kinds of screens, it worsens the experience.
Yeah, yeah. I think in the future we're gonna see more things like that, especially with VR being what it is now. Like there are VR trailers for films now too, right?
Promo material,
Yeah.
especially the horror movies.
Mhm. Could you watch a VR film?
I think specifically horror, I think that's the only one that really could gain a lot of traction in it because it puts you in the moment. And a big thing with horror is lack of information. And in a VR film, you're not going to be seeing everything, and you're going to have that inherent lack of information.
Interesting.
So it brings more of a question back to yourself of are you looking at the right thing, which is going to make you scared as hell.
Mhm.
I don't even know if that's. I'm in the mind that VR is not going to be the next iteration of film
Yeah.
or any industry at all. It is gonna be its own industry, its own form of media.
Oh, but
So-
people are gonna try.
No, yeah,
Yeah.
sure. But
People
that's
are
why I
gonna
don't
try.
think. But it doesn't. I don't. I really don't think VR movies work. Only because the the thing about film is that it guides you to
Sure.
like see what you want to like they want you to see.
Right.
And the other thing I read an article why like first person narratives also don't really work is because like when you're watching a film about a character, when you see their facial expressions, you're able to connect with them more. But in a VR experience, you don't really know how the character you're embodying feels because there's a lack of that. So I don't think.
Well, what about video games that you play first person the entire thing and it's still a narrative?
Sure.
Because those still succeed. I mean, yes, they have game elements, but their narrative elements still hold up.
I think cutscenes help. You don't really have control over cutscenes.
Would it count as a film if it's? I mean, wait, yeah, I
Right,
don't know.
yeah.
What is like the bridge between like interactive video game? Is like the VR part, the
I think
interactiveness?
it's just that VR it breaks so many rules that like all the conventions that film follows, it can't and has to follow different
Sure,
things. So
sure.
while it would be similar to film, kind of like how video game cutscenes are, it would be an entirely different genre of
Mhm.
entertainment.
Okay.
The thing is, I think VR has even more constraints than film because, like, I sought out VR Club and I was asking questions, and they have all these conventions against stuff like you can't even move the camera because people get like motion sickness, and you don't have control over lighting because you can just look like this and you see the
Yeah.
lamp.
Yeah.
So you have to just overall aim with light.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and there's no like, it's really bad for narrative. They still try to direct where you look by like signs in the video or just by like really subtly moving the
Yeah,
camera.
just nudging.
Mm-hmm.
But at that point, why don't you just shoot it in 2D? Yeah.
Yeah. Have any?
Well,
Have we
I
all
mean,
tried?
It's the kind of it has the same kind of thing in a lot of video games too. You you'll try moving your point of view to the side and it kind of just slowly brings it back to the center.
Yeah.
So it gives like that illusion of that you're in control.
What do you mean? What do you mean?
I know specifically Amnesia does that. I think there's a couple others. I don't know. which-
TF2, I think, because there's a VR mode. Yeah, there's a VR
Mhm.
mode, and then like, you know how you have limbs, and they look when you turn your limbs will like come with you, So it's, I mean, it's awkward because I mean, I would say the tendency for me in VR is to look around in the world as if I wasn't human, but then it puts your physicality first and foremost. Like you can't, like there are neck maneuvers that you can't do like quickly or things like that film and video games have already like finessed a lot more. So it's still really young, and I think it's gonna grow a lot. And I wanted to talk about this film, Hardcore Henry, because I didn't see it, and I'm sure this is not the only film that's like a POV the whole time, or like a GoPro film. But when I think of like a VR film, I would think of maybe something along the lines of this. And this got like pretty mixed reviews. Like, I didn't want to watch it because I thought it was pretty nauseating, and I also thought the narrative was kind of meat-headed. But I don't know if any of you saw it.
I saw it.
Yeah. Did you enjoy it? Was it democratically enjoyable?
Well, it's novelty. Like, it doesn't really stand up as a film and a narrative, but yeah, it's pretty cool. I guess.
I think eventually they'll find a space for VR. It's just nobody's really succeeded yet. Like, there's so many things to try.
Sure.
They haven't established standards really.
Right, and then as far as like developing the taste for it too, like
Right,
do
the
any
audience isn't used to it.
do any of you have the appetite to go and see like a VR film or a VR video? Honestly, not me. Like if there's a VR thing on the table, I have to commit to doing that. Like my sister now, she's much more versed than I am because she has a Gear, I think, Samsung Gear, and she just like she'll look around and do whatever. I looked in it; it was pretty crazy. I mean, like when they do National Geographic stuff, like when there's a lion like gonna bite you, that's pretty crazy. You know, that's where I think maybe the heart of VR is putting you in locations you otherwise would never have the opportunity to go. And it doesn't need to be in the real world either. Like, it could be invented space. So maybe most of the narrative I think is environmental storytelling for VR. I think that'd be a really interesting place. And it's cool because last week we talked. Our topic was corporeal, right? So it was about like relating to the body is what that means. And so I want to be able to like link this into talking about something new though, because I don't really have anything more to say about VR or this film.
The actresses.
Hotness.
Shows in that laptop.
So what are we thinking about this week? What have we been thinking through? What are some words that have been coming to each other's heads? Tired? Okay. Exhaustion.
It's pretty relevant.
State of extreme physical or mental fatigue. Exhaustion. What was that topic? What were we talking about? I think it was like for nostalgia. We were talking about some similar things, about like maybe feeling disconnected. At least that's how like I felt the conversation started. I've been feeling a little complacent. I feel like I've kind of been letting things happen to me. This is so showing smug or uncritical satisfaction with oneself or one's achievements. This is really this is really far more derogatory than I thought.
Wait, maybe it's the wrong word.
I think there's only one complacent.
No, I mean, like, yeah, you were talking about being passive, right? Is that a different one?
I think this is mean, but it's also true. I think this is what I'm feeling. Like, things are happening, but I'm not really, like, along for the ride.
Okay.
Yeah, like, oh yeah, well, like...
What, are you talking about? Compliance?
No, I'm not really compliant with it. Like, it's happening, and I can't stop it.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's like neither compliant nor non-compliant.
This is like the middle space, right, between doing and not doing. That's weird.
Just like half-assedly accepting.
Half-ass. I like this idea of like half space. Like you occupy all this space, and then just like what is the value of it? Complacency. It's a weird feeling. Non-feeling. Yeah, and I think it's also, it has to do with maybe just an abundance of things you cannot find your personal connection to. Like constantly being overwhelmed by like the world projecting itself through you and not exactly you making a willing effort to be a part of these things. And I think about this in terms of the news and in terms of school and in terms of cycles.
It's like there's so much going on that you forget yourself.
Yeah. Like you start to, your self-awareness starts to blur a little bit. Like where are you at a certain time, or your sense of time and location are thrown, like, yeah, they're thrown. In terms of film, I think this is an interesting place to write stories from, like as a complacent character or from a complacent voice. I think in terms of writing, usually this comes across as maybe deadpan, deliberately impassive or expressionless. And so for comedy, like dark comedies, right? Is it, yeah, dark comedy. Or black comedy? Is that
It's the same thing.
comic style that makes light of subjects that are generally considered serious or taboo? Yeah, I think complacent characters serve the most of their purpose in black comedies. It's something I've always wanted to do. I don't think I'm ever successful.
Yeah, that would be really fun to make black comedy.
Hopscotch to oblivion.
I like that.
Oh my god. Like things that make you feel bad, I think, like fundamentally, like in the world that we live in whatever systems or institutions we're a part of, we're just like, oh, I shouldn't, but that's and many of the times people attribute like these jokes of poor taste into saying like, oh, it's funny because it's true. And like, what the heck, like, true, like, how are you able to know that is the truth? Even have we seen, what are our favorite black comedies? Mine is In Bruges. This is a crazy ass fucking film. Oh, look at his face. It's about two assassins. What? Oh, there's Mad Eye Moody right here. Also the dad of Domhnall Gleeson, who's in like every film now. Yeah, pretty crazy. So and also Ray Fiennes in this movie too. Oh my god, can I? I'm gonna go look up the scene. It's so funny and dumb and inappropriate. Rouge. Oh yeah. Oh shit. Oh.
Listen to this noise.
I don't have a speaker.
Do you know what that is? I know you know it's a train. You know what train? Well, it's a
what? I think I've seen that scene.
Yeah.
Before.
I think it's a really, like, that's, like, one of the scenes. Also, like, the best film one-liners. That's a good channel. I'm glad that's a thing.
Have you guys seen The Lobster?
Oh, I saw it. Yeah. It also has Colin
Yeah.
Farrell in it, too.
That's super deadpan.
Yeah, it is. Did you
Wow.
like it?
So I watched it like really blind. I barely
Uh-huh.
knew what it was about, and I didn't know that it was a comedy. And while I was watching, I was like, "This is really weird. This is fun." And it was a pleasant surprise, I think, finding it funny,
Mm-hmm.
expecting it to be like a straight drama.
Mm-hmm.
Have you ever been on your own before?
No, never.
Your last relationship lasted how many years?
Around 12.
Sexual preference?
Women. Is there a bisexual option available?
No, sir. This option is no longer available. And the dog?
My brother, he was here a couple of years ago, but he didn't make it.
Did you read the leaflet?
Yes, I did.
As you understand from your brother's experience, if you fail to fall in love with someone during your stay here, you'll turn into an animal.
Have you ever danced with anybody? Yes.
As an animal, you'll have a second chance to find a companion.
What sort of dancing did you do?
Just depends on the music.
Mind if I join you?
It's no coincidence that the targets are shaped like single people and not couples.
Did you catch rabbits? Catching a rabbit is difficult.
Thank you very much.
If you need more rabbits, I'll bring you more.
You promise? You can be a loner as long as you like. There is no time limit. Any romantic or sexual relations are punished.
We have to be totally synchronized. 3, 2. You're like a brother to me. Oh, you're my best friend in the whole world.
I don't think I'm your best friend in the whole world.
Now, have you thought of what animal you'd like to be if you end up alone?
Yes, a lobster.
A lobster is an excellent choice. If you encounter any problems you cannot resolve yourselves, you will be assigned children. That usually helps.
Yeah. Yeah. Very deadpan. And black comedy. Those things. I think, like, we didn't see a lot of examples already, but I feel like I like this as a potential topic to consider.
Dark comedy? Complacency? Or complacency?
I don't.
Complacency could be a good idea.
Yeah.
But like,
I'm not doing it on purpose, I swear.
okay. But like, yeah.
Well, it's funny because I'm like, well, usually you would make a film about like your life and like why it's important or whatever, but like if you make a film about complacency, it's like what's the point? But I love that, like, exactly.
Because you can't make a film while being complacent. Like, you just can't.
No. Can you? Can you? Can you make a film and be complacent?
Yeah, I guess you wouldn't, since you believe that
Because you have intent.
Right. Because you're making something, you make it. There's a reason why you're doing that.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Maybe you're right, but I'm like wondering, like if there was, if you could, how could you? Like, if you just turn the camera on, but that's already like intent, right? Because you're recording something. Jesus.
I mean, the thing with complacency, I think, is they don't do things because they believe that they're already at a point where they don't need to. They're like, it's like, you know, it's so
You
yeah.
can't make an artistic film while being complacent.
You can make it about being complacent while you are complacent, or while you are not complacent.
Right.
Yeah. Interesting.
But you could make a film devoid of art while being complacent.
Devoid of art. Are we gonna get into that? What is art? No, we're not.
Like
We're not.
A commercial or something.
Right.
You know?
Sure. Huh. Do we have other examples of like complacency? Because I just want to I want to think through some more things, or just see through things.
I don't know.
Oh,
Got
okay.
some stuff to do.
Yeah. No, for sure.
For the discussions.
Yeah. Well, I think we're gonna do complacency, and
yeah,
I think
no, that seems like a really interesting
it's
one.
a really weird thing.
Yeah.
But okay, I feel weird about it.
I will possibly see you at tabling tomorrow. I'm not
Yeah.
sure if I can make it, but I'll try.
Yeah, we'll be out there for 4 hours.
Alright, cool.
Yeah.
See ya.
No, see ya. It's funny. Complacency.
Complacency could be like in terms, like applied to settling with a person that you don't really love, or that isn't like a challenge to you.
Is it the same as awkward?
Complacent?
Yeah.
I wouldn't say
Do
so.
those things go hand in hand? No? It doesn't have to be awkward for it to be complacent. If anything, it could be comfortable. Too comfortable?
That's what it is. It's comfortable to the extreme.
Is it laziness though?
Kind of. It's just like a desire. Like you believe that your position is like if you're an artist and you create something that you think is like just so good, and you just that's it, I'm done. Like you become complacent, and that like you don't think you can do anymore, or like you've reached your limit, and this is what you're satisfied.
Well, do you
with.
need that like moment to happen? Do you need it?
Or you could just really believe. Like there's an example I just saw saying like if you are constant like junk food eating, like couch potato, you could be complacent about your health. Like you think your health is good as it should be.
So complacency as like degrees in different parts of your life, not just like overall complacency. You can be complacent in one thing and not in other things.
Sure.
Complacent towards your health. So it does go hand in hand with being lazy? Yeah?
Yeah.
Like too self-assured
Yeah.
and not willing to change things even if they're for the better or worse.
It's refusing to challenge yourself because you don't see the need to. Or
Okay. So not challenging yourself. Huh. Interesting. I think that's pretty fascinating. Complacency. I should have. This is not like an example of not challenging yourself, but I think this can be seen as a complacent film. And so much different than like slice of life. I think slice of life films can be like intentional, but I think for this particular slice of life complacent film, like it looks like complacency too. Like when I think of complacency, I think of that face.
yeah. Oh, and by the way, we're looking at Napoleon Dynamite.
Oh yeah, we're looking at Napoleon Dynamite. Yeah. Like, what the heck? Like, just the way their body language speaks, right? It's not even that they don't want to be there. It's just that they're like overly relaxed.
Is slice of
so?
There's usually no challenge in slice of life. It's
I don't know if that's necessarily true. It could just
no,
be
not
like
all the time.
Challenge could happen, I think, in slice of life, but that's the complacent, right? Like it happens, but it challenges like whoever the person is going through it. Boyhood, I think, is pretty much like the slice of life film I think of, considering like how it was made. It's definitely not made with complacency in mind. Definitely a lot of work was taken to make this film. But I don't feel like it's complacent either. It's complacent. Is there ever like a want to be complacent? Could you ever want to be complacent?
no.
No?
That's not a. I don't think no one strives to become eventually complacent. They just become complacent.
It just happens to them?
It happens.
Okay. So you can't control your complacency.
You can stop being complacent, but
You can't start.
I guess you. Well. I guess you can. Well, I just don't think it's like a goal for you. It's not a goal or anything. It like.
Like a place to end up.
Yeah, you end up being complacent.
Well, you do end up being complacent though, but what is it? Like you don't want to be? So I don't want to be complacent.
No.
Well, that's a very interesting thing to like think about.
It's like it's like lazy. I think even people who are lazy, they sure are lazy. But I don't think anyone's like, man, I really want to be lazy. Or like,
I wish I was lazier.
yeah, I wish I was lazier. People are just like they're lazy.
Lazy. Unwilling to work or use energy. Idle. Well, let me see the images of lazy versus complacent. It's always at work. Is complacent like associated with work a lot? Like you're not doing what you're supposed to be doing?
Yeah, I guess so.
And lazy is not that. It's not doing anything.
Yeah.
Which is such a iconic couch potato, right? Oh, this is a lazy right here. It's a pig under a blanket looking at a cookie. It's a pig in a blanket.
Wow, that's pretty good though.
Ooh, Patrick. Is Patrick Star a complacent character or a lazy character?
Isn't he too dumb to be aware that he's complacent?
My goodness. I don't know. I think he's a dumb character. I don't think he's.
Is he misguided? Is he just dumb?
I think that's just his thing.
He's just dumb.
There are episodes where they show him being lazy, but like generally he's like, not. That's not his character. He's not like lazy. He is really stupid.
I like this picture.
It's a standard Patrick.
It's kind of sad. Like he's a starfish, so he doesn't have a purpose, you know.
It's like
No
a sponge
purpose.
too.
Well, so yeah, SpongeBob at least like he made one up for himself. He takes care of a snail and he has a job.
It is responsibility.
But like Patrick makes it up with like makes up an illusion for himself. You know, everything he owns is made out of sand.
Oh shit.
Wow.
He doesn't even wear a shirt.
Yeah.
He doesn't wear a shirt.
That's interesting. He lives under a rock. So he's challenging himself by leaving every day.
Sure, is that how it works?
I'd hate you even if I didn't hate you. What the heck? This is our character study for the week. Patrick Star. Complacent or lazy? Or starfish?
He's just dumb. He's just dumb.
Dumb.
Because he does stuff with SpongeBob all the time. So, I think he's just dumb.
It's like, yeah, you can't be that lazy.
There's enough to be lazy.
Damn. Okay. That is gonna end this podcast. What did we talk about? We talked about black comedy, deadpan, complacency. We saw The Lobster. We talked about Napoleon Dynamite, a little bit of Boyhood, and Patrick Star as a lazy or complacent character.
Nice.
All right, signing off. Bye, Alex.
Bye.
Bye, Alex.